Hey, I'm Kev, and welcome back to MotoGP 17 as we're about to begin rider career. Welcome on riders from all over the world. Know that the best way to access the Motorcycle Grand Prix is by competing in the Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup. Since the beginning has brought plenty of riders to success, many of whom have gone on to become world champions, taking place on all the best circuits in Europe. Riders competing in the cup have a chance to race on a world Grand Prix bike, the KTM RC 250R4 stroke 250cc bike. It is specifically developed for the rookies, closely rated to the Moto3 category world champion bike. The teams of the MotoGP pit pay close attention to the rookies races coming tomorrow's next best talent, and you've caught their eye by competing in the Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup. You have made a wonderful debut and have surprised everyone. Now, with only 2 races to go, the World Championships are within your reach. If you win, you'll get the chance to race with the best Moto3 teams, but beware, it won't be easy. Your opponents are just as competitive, and you will need to give it your all to win and show your worth. So who are we going to be in this series? Well, let's change the portrait, as there's a good number of portraits actually, and it's going to go 18. And I think we are going to be... Now, of course, that was Dan McDonald. He was portrait 10. He was a supermodel. But I think we're going to be portrait number 16, because if we do our first name, you may recognise this first name. If you remember, manager career, we've got a Patrick, and then we've got a very familiar surname, as we've got a McDonald. It's Patrick McDonald from the first season of rider career. He's coming back. Let's make his abbreviation. It would be MacD. I think it would be, or PMAC. As he's coming back. So he was with us when he was 16 with Elusive in first season. Well, there's been a few seasons after that. He's around 24 now. And of course, he was from Kenya. So hopefully they do have Kenya. There we go. And his racing number was 70. They still have 70. They do still have 70. So let's choose a style. Again, we'd really like to see this improve for the next game. I think we chose style 4 for Dan McDonald. For Patrick McDonald, do like the old streamline look. Maybe style 5. We'll keep it white. And then his nickname. What could Patrick McDonald's nickname be? I don't know. Mackie D's. There we go. That could be his nickname for the moment, until I think of a better one. And again, we chose the wide style 4 Dan McDonald. That was style 1. So we might just choose... Actually, it was style 4, wasn't it? What's this style 5? So I guess we just go with that. And again, that can just be white. And then it's equipment. So Patrick McDonald like the old... Well, Dan McDonald like the old yellow. So we went with the old GB helmet in his last race. For Patrick McDonald, should we make it like red? More red-like. That looks pretty cool. Then with the boots as well, make those red. They could be red and green. Do we have green? There we go. And then for the gloves, make those red. As what's the difference between these gloves? Nothing at all. What's the point in that? And his riding style. So Dan McDonald was kind of shoulders out, wasn't he? Go with the old school style. Or was it body out? Shoulders out. Could do the Danny Pedrosa look. Maverick Vinales with the elbows to the ground. Of Antonio Rossi the balance look. Should go with the elbows to the ground. So there we go. We've got Patrick McDonald. And we have got the next race round the Mazzano World Circuit, Marco Simoncelli. There's Patrick McDonald. He's finished 2nd in Spain, in Assen, in 3rd in Germany, and the Czech Republic, and finally won in Austria. As we look at the rider stands, he's 2nd in the championship with 97 points, 9 points behind the Spaniard, Alexi Vu. Is that how you say it? You got Rory Skinner in 3rd, the Brit. The actual champion in real life, this season is Kazuki Masaki, who's down in 12th, the Japanese rider. Let's see what we can do in the next race. So we've got Mazzano enemy end at Aragon. So let's make sure the race options are correct. So I'm going to do qualifying in the race. And the race, should we make it 25%? AI difficulty, that was always on hard. And then we've got damage, heavy, tyre wear on, penalty timer on, disability flags on as well. So making it kind of as realistic as we can. Then riding aids, that is just pro. We tuck in manual. Trajectory, we don't have any of that. That's kind of the racing line. Transmission is manual, rewind is off, and off-track help is off as well. Activate or deactivate the off-track A with this option. Active will be easy to maintain control of the bike if you leave the track. We have everything off. So let's head to Mazzano and the first race of Patrick McDonald's career. Well, 6th race.
Hello from Mazzano.
So we are looking at Patrick McDonald in the garage. Yeah, it looks a bit like Mesut Ozil, doesn't he? The Arsenal player through that helmet. But here we go, changing the manual settings. Do I have my data from... I do have my data from Manager Career. So the tyres, well, of course, they're going to be wet. As you've got a wet track, even though it's a bit sunny. Brakes again, disc 1 on the front. Then gearing, very similar to what we saw in Moto3, of course. We're on a Moto3 bike. Handlebars, we didn't change. And suspension, we didn't change at all. So let's see what Patrick McDonald can do in his first qualifying effort. So here we go, round Mazzano. Very much used to this circuit on the MotoGP bike, but going back to a Moto3 bike, it's going to take some getting used to again. But we only have 2 laps we're going to do in qualifying. Have a first sight here just to get used to the bike. I'm already very surprised with how drivable this bike is, how rideable it is. Compared to the Moto3 bike, when we first had it with Peugeot, that was a mess. Really had to develop it to be good at it. This bike handles beautifully already. Of course, they're all the same bikes for everyone in the Red Bull Rookies Cup, so it's all about the rider and the team as well. So the Japanese rider won in real life. Actually, the Spanish rider leads the championship at the moment. He was second in real life. He's been second in the past 2 seasons in the Red Bull Rookies Cup. And we've seen a few of these riders jump up to MotoGP, or Moto3 level, I should say. MotoGP level, that would be a bit of a leap. For Moto3 level, we saw in Valencia, Masaki make his debut, and he actually finished 10th in the race, so we're expecting something from next season, a Japanese rider. Good to see that there's quite a few young Japanese riders coming through again. After around a decade ago, there were quite a few around, Noihaga, Kenori, the Kageyama, the Kano. So good to see Joe making a comeback with his riders, of course. Ayama as well, the last 250cc champ. This is a decent lap. We're not going wide everywhere. I just feel we're a bit slow at the moment. As Patrick McDonald is he's winding up that coil. He's about to unleash it on his second lap here. He's got Carrasco with 53.9. Oh yeah, I forget. It's wet conditions, of course. We're going to be quick. 49.9. Taking all the curb. They're good for Patrick McDonald having these wet conditions. A bit like Dan McDonald, of course, the wet weather master in Manager Career. It seems like it's the same for Patrick McDonald in Rider Career. As I said, that's one sim Mossam really do need to improve for GP 18. And look at that, already a second up in the first sector. Definitely getting the grips with this Red Bull Rookies Cup bike, and it's pretty good as well, these colours. Of course I like a colourful bike. Now the elusive colours, yellow, blue and white for the most part. And now he's getting some slipstream heading towards the double right. Look at that, almost a second and a half up on this lap, and he's down under braking, out the groove. Pedro Do's first crash. So he returns to the pits, or Metzosa returns to the pits. As now we can just skip session. I believe skip to the race. And there is Patrick McDonald at the top by a couple of seconds ahead of the Czech rider. Then we got our rival, the Spaniard, in third. Then the Japanese rider in fourth. Rory Skinner fifth. The Italian in sixth. And then he got Spaniard, Italian, Dutch in ninth. And then we got the Finn rounding out the top 10 ahead of Adrian Carrasco, who we saw grab the early lead. And you got Dan Jones at the back in 26th, the Brit. So what can Patrick McDonald do in the race? As we are necking at the grid, everyone's blue still, it looks like. As there's McDonald at the top. As they can further down, you got the Turkish rider Inchov run out the fourth row. And there's Basaki in the middle of the fifth row. But then you got Kelly, the American, in the sixth row. Then you got the Brazilian, you got Ecuador rider. Got good range of nationalities of the Belgium and the Brit at the back. So here it is for Patrick McDonald, revving up his engine, getting in first gear and getting away for this 4-lap race. He's got a decent start, but so is the number 12, and so has the Spaniard on the inside. We'll have to slot into third place, it looks like, as he goes around the outside though. He will slot into third or fourth. He's been jumped again. Losing some momentum. These bikes are all about momentum, remember. Not that much power. Got to carry lots of speed through the corners. And Patrick McDonald going wide. He's dropping back down the order, down to sixth, it looks like. We've got a gang of 5 in front. But there he goes, making a good move up into fifth. Now getting into the slipstream of Skinner in front. Or was that Skinner he just passed? This is going to be a hectic 4-lap race. Of course, with Moto3 bikes, you can expect nothing less. As there's the Spaniard in the lead. Well, here comes McDonald, getting some slipstream. Going in the middle, making it 3 wide as it starts to rain again. He's got Skinner around the outside, but he holds on to fifth, it looks like. Just a decent exit as the Czech rider takes the lead from the Spaniard. Of course, positions are changing every lap on this first tour of the circuit. It's got the Japanese rider up to third. It looks like we've got the Spaniard in front. Here comes McDonald round the outside. Oh, 2 riders, is he? Is he that brave? Or he's trying to go around the outside. He's made it up to fourth at least. Holds on behind the Japanese rider of Ugura. And there goes the Spaniard back by. Well, McDonald slots into fifth, it looks like, for the time being as he goes to the final corner. Looking around the outside. Normally the weakest corner on the circuit, but got a decent exit there. He's got some slipstream as you go on to the second lap. At least in the race is a bit more competitive than in qualifying. Look at that bashful move from the Spaniard. Look to try and take advantage. Come from way back, building up momentum. He's made 3 places. He's only got the leader in front of him. And he breaks very deep, hits the 12 wide. McDonald might get investigated by the stewards afterward, but he takes the lead. And now can he put away? There's his stream sitting at the moment. Down this fat straight. So we've got the Czech rider recovering up to second ahead of the Japanese rider. And you've got the Italian, is that, in third. On the home turf, remember, in Mazzano. He can perform well in front of the home fans who have gathered either side here supporting Rossi. And I see a couple of the Renzo flags as well. Again, might have to look at that again in the next game as well. As he's got a second lead, McDonald. And just like Dan, Patrick is being the wet weather master. As there goes the Czech rider past the Italian for second. Where's the Spaniard though? Looks like he's slotting into fifth as the Japanese rider gets up into third. Now go flat through the first 3 corners. Going wide. Turned in slightly early there. And into the hairpin. They got a 2-second gap. Patrick was just holding back on that first lap. And Skinner up to third. Here comes Rory Skinner. Remember, he's third in the championship. He's not out of it. Another will be Patrick McDonald after this race. So we'll go halfway through it now. Remember, it's a 9-point gap to the Spaniard. Well, he's definitely going to make that up, and he does a 50.4. Breaking a bit too much into the first corner there again. Down the third. He's on the power heavily. He's virtually flat out through that right hand. He probably can be flat out in the dry. When these wet conditions start taking a confident lift. Goes slightly wide into the right hand and into the next right. Slightly wide again. And good acceleration onto this back straight. That first section all about rhythm and momentum, and definitely nailed it there. Skinner up to second. The British charging in the second half of this race. He's pulled the pin. And very much helping McDonald in his title bid as well. These two gaining on the Spaniard in the championship. He seems to have disappeared, it looks like. We've got the Czech rider up into second. There we go, taking a wider line, McDonald. That's how it definitely seems to work well. That's more like it, the trajectory through those couple of right-handers. And down this back straight towards these fast kinks. Very dangerous on a motorbike. Unfortunately, we've seen that in Moto2 in real life. 7 years ago. Thankfully, we've hit all the apexes, and there is the Spaniard. He's responding now in third ahead of the Czech rider. He's got the Brit in second, way behind. But we can take that penultimate corner flat out as well. Taking some very good lines, Ramazano. There's the Spaniard back, and the Japanese rider for that podium. The Czech rider seems to have dropped back after a fast start. And he does a 48.3. Where's Patrick McDonald finding this pace? 8-second lead over Skinner. In the Moto3 race. Once again, I know the rider's playing a bit of a part in it, but Patrick McDonald putting a marker down here. For the final round in Aragon. Circuit which is alright. There's been a bit of a heartbreak in the past, in manager career at least, so let's see if it changes for Patrick McDonald. Oh, Patrick. Definitely started off that way. Definitely already got his rhythm on this Red Bull Rookies Cup bike. I wish we did the full season though. It's only 7 rounds. Come on, milestone. So we only get 2 of them. Maybe next game. There's lots of things they could do for the next game. They've got a pretty solid base with this game on the old engine. Of course, it's going to be on a new engine in the next game. And then it's like Skinner and a Spaniard back behind for second, but Patrick McDonald doesn't care about that. He just cares about competing this final sector. And then towards the flag. He goes through the right hand, and there's the Spaniard past. Oh, past the Brit. That is not good news for the championship. We needed the Brit to hold on. There's Patrick McDonald takes a bit of a detour. And oh, the Czech rider past the Brit. The Brit's out of it in the championship then. When Mouse did correct. As here comes Patrick McDonald across the line with a victory, 2 on the trot. The first one the cameras have actually covered. As well as he points to the sky. Definitely helped him out in that race. 12.5 seconds ahead of the Spaniard in second. But still, the championship's in Patrick McDonald's hands. If he wins the final race, he wins the championship. With the Czech rider in third, Italian fourth, Japanese rider in fifth. Skinner dropped to sixth on the final lap. He started in second. Crazy battle behind as he got the Dutchman in seventh. Then we got a couple of Spaniards, 8th and 9th, and the Italian round out the top. Then there's Sean Kelly in 12th. There's Dan Jones in 14th. As we've got the Belgian right at the back. That's, yes, very happy. We still got the clones in this, like in Red Bull Rookies as well. Very happy with the rider winning, but that Spaniard grabbing second. And the best result for the championships. There goes Urzel. Maximum celebration. So it's a bit different than manager careers and rider career. All about getting a rider's reputation up. And also getting a bonus in next side. Look at that. Great reputation earned from the first race. As the next race will be in Aragon next time out. Will Patrick McDonald win the championship in Spain. Find out then. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.